Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Hey, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. God knows I do. You have a place here. I'll put some links in the description to some folks that can help you. All I know to do is try to raise awareness. That's what we're going to try to do. We're back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, today we're doing the Buck Bantam 286. This is a knife that my guy John Peters carries every single day, and that's really why I'm doing it. We message just about every day, and he'll shoot me a pocket check. And this Buck Bantam is always there, and I thought, let me try it out. Now, I'm going to put a link in my description to it. Use my Amazon affiliate link. It's anywhere from 28 to 35 bucks. Listen, if you're going to buy one through old Scabber, help the channel out. Is it worth it? I'll let you know at the end of the video. Here's a quick hint. I wouldn't put a damn link to it if it wasn't. But moving right along, let me give you a few specs on it. The blade is 3 5/8 inches long. It's 0.12 on the thickness. The weight is 3.2, so pretty light. Now, the handle is glass reinforced nylon, okay? I did a short on this, and somebody asked me about the handle because two things. If you're watching this video for the first time, I try to set my videos up where you turn off the narration or you're doing something else, you can still get a good grasp of the knife, okay? The other thing that's really important to me is to talk about the handles and the ergonomics. At near 50, yes, I know it's hard to believe as good looking as I look, but I will be 50 in 2 months. Or next month. My hands are busted up from brilliant life choices. We talk about this daily. So handle and the ergos of the handle are incredibly important to me. Now, this handle, I don't have the specifics, and that is my bad on that, but it's right at 4, a little over 4. Fits very comfortably in my hand. It contours nicely. It's not a big handle, as you can see. But you can see that, well, you can't see shit there, that boy Scab. There's a good look at the knife. It's a beautiful knife. Here's the thing, and there's an awesome throw by old Scabber Dabber Doo. Now, the knife held up well. The other thing that we don't do on the channel is we don't abuse knives. I just don't believe in it. And for anybody with fat jokes, I'm down about 65 pounds. We're working on it. At some point, I probably should put on a shirt, but that's neither here nor there. Now, back to the knife. That's the important thing, Scab. Stay on task, son. I love the knife. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. It's 3.2 ounces, so it's very light. It comes razor sharp out of the box. Now, this is not out of the box. You see me there. I'm working. I'm trying some different things like screen and stuff like that. And you see me doing some stropping. I stropped it. I pulled it out of my pocket, and stropped it, and then immediately shot this video. It's got probably 2.5 weeks worth of use on it. Now, at my job, I open a ton of cardboard. So I've opened a ton of cardboard boxes. And I purposely use a knife more than most would. I do that on purpose. We're a damn knife review channel, and that's kind of what we got to do. Now, we did the Donnie B All Day drop test to check the balance and the tip. We did the Donnie B All Day throw it at the stump test to test our throwing skills. And we're going to stab it, the Donnie B All Day stab test, all throughout the video. At no point did the edge roll, nothing. The tip, good condition. Now, somebody's asked me before about a side-to-side test. Guys, I don't feel like that's a great test with these knives. Some knives maybe, I just don't want to snap a tip. And let me say this, 90% of the knives you see, I've bought. I don't get knives, I don't get a lot of knives in for free. I've got a ton of people who support the channel and send me knives to test. A lot of guys have just been freaking awesome and bought me knives, and I am humbled by that. I do have some coming in from a company. I can't wait for that. Work Tough Gear, they're awesome. But for the most part, the knives that you see, I've worked for. So, I don't believe in abusing the knife, but we do hard tests on the knife. Now, we're going to do a little push cut here with that nylon rope. I just want you to watch. Now, there's a couple fibers left. The push test, and again, another kind of thing, I am a novice at best. Now, here's some of that polyethylene rope. Went through it pretty good. It's kind of fibrous. Some of it's my fat ass hand in the back there keep going down on the stump. So that's where the novice comes in. The blade has held its edge very, very, very well. Now, you cannot have a buck knife. You can't do a buck review. Here's the Tower of Doom. Cut it pretty easily. Had to pull some, but again, this is a knife that has several weeks worth of use on it. Okay, it's not billed as a hard use folder, but we're going to do some hard use with it. Why? Because you got to have a knife that holds up in your day-to-day life. Do you cut tires day-to-day? No, but you may do other things. So we want to make sure that it holds up. If you're going to spend your hard-earned money, guys, let's spend it on something worth spending on. Now, the price point is low, and this is what I would quantify as an inexpensive knife, not a cheap knife. There's nothing cheap about this knife. You can't have a buck knife without talking about the heat treat, the Paul Boss heat treat, the best heat treat in the industry. There's no disputing that, and I'm sure someone will. And I'm not talking about, you may have a knife that's really well heat treated. These guys do this day in and day out. This is 428C with a Paul Boss heat treat. That's why when I plopped down, I think $28. Are you kidding me? This is easily a $75 to $100 knife. It came razor sharp out of the box. It's maintained its edge. It's holding up well during these tests. We've cut a tire. We've cut polyethylene rope. We've cut nylon rope. We cut some nylon straps. We've done enough, cut wood. We've done enough with this knife right here that if there was going to be any damage, we'd see it. No damage. Now, I didn't baton with it. I didn't feel it necessary. I just think this is a great, great pocket knife. I think it's a great EDC or a great truck knife or a great bag knife or a great kayak knife. This is a knife you could do multiple things with. It's a drop point. I didn't mention that. If there is any negative on it, let me bring it up here, the clip, the pocket clip. You can only carry it tip down. For some, that's a deal, but I don't really care. We've gotten spoiled in the knife community when it comes to pocket clips being ambidextrous and things like that. So the only negative that I would say, and it is a personal choice, it's not even a negative, it's just a personal thing, if they had a couple of different options on the pocket clip. Now, it does have a hole for a lanyard. I do like that. So the pocket clip will probably come off, probably do something Carl Ruger-esque and put me a little lanyard on there. Now, let me do a couple of quick shout outs. Carl Ruger being one, my brother from another mother. I love that dude. Y'all hear me mention him quite a bit. Go subscribe to Carl. Pistol Pete, the man with 24-inch biceps. I love Pete. He's a good dude. Good dude. Good man. Let's subscribe to him. I got a new guy I want you guys to check out. He's in that Work Tough Gear family, and that's what that group is, man. They're a family. They're awesome, awesome folks. His channel name is Alex Aurora Borealis Knives. I'll leave a link. Alex is a good dude. I watched a video of his this morning. He was just happy to be back out in the woods. I'm going to put that in, and I'd ask that you would subscribe to him. And then Joe from Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. I don't know why Joe's not at 1,000. The dude puts out just masterpieces, cinematographic masterpieces. He really, really does. Joe, Steel Forged and Fire Sword and Knife. Those are my shout outs. I'll put links in the description. Let's support this community, guys. Let's go do that. I'll do a quick short on my giveaway for Florida or for Georgia trapping and fishing, about the little sacrilege there. He hit 1,000. Love you guys. Thank y'all. So we'll do that. Now, we got about 2 minutes left. Okay, back to the knife. What are my thoughts after 2 weeks of use? Now, for a lot of people, you'd be like, Scab, I'd carry one longer. Well, okay. 2 weeks of use, my use, and there's a lot of times, guys, when I'm not filming, where I use my knife. This is a little test here where we did a push cut on a rubber hose or water hose, and you'll see right here, The edge is still, after a tire, after everything we've done, that edge is hanging right in there, and it's still pretty damn sharp. Put a little force on it, push down, but you don't see that water hose buckle at all. You will when I go taller, when I do a longer piece, but for the most part, this edge is right on time. I'm going to strop it up, put it in my pocket, and go to work. Do I love the knife? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Outside the pocket clip, and that is a minute, small thing. It's a personal preference. Buck, you hit a home run. The Paul Boss Heat Treat, you hit a home run. I will put a link in the description to check these guys out. Please, if you buy one, go through me. And to some of you other knife reviewers, I'd like to see some other knife reviewers pick some of these up. Hell, come Friday, I'll buy 3 or 4 and send them out. I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth your time to review this knife. It's American made. You don't get any badasser than that. Here's my baton. Just doing a little batoning with it. I got it in the mossy oak camo. I can't tell you. The Buck knives, these folders, were what I used to carry for years. And I lost a ton of them. There it is. But because they were camo, I dropped them in the woods. Listen, my guy Mikey, whom I love dearly, over at Cerebral Balls, he says it best. He says, Scab, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be okay. I'm Scab, you're not, and I'm gone, son.